Oh, I didn't reset my internet. Oh, this could be bad. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Hi, guys. Hi, Blaze. I see you. How are you guys doing? I see only one person. So I've been watching people lately, and they have said that they know that they have more people on because they can see the comments and there's a bunch of people commenting, and yet their counter shows that they only have like 5 people in there. So it's been so long since I've gone live. Could be a minute, or it may not tell anybody that I'm going live at all. I only have 2 people that I can see. Okay. And it always does top chat. I'm like, can you just leave it live chat? That would be nice. That would be nice. Hey, you got the notification. Yay. How are you guys? Let me know where you're watching from and what the temperature is, as always, because that's what we do on this channel when we first start off. Let me see. I'm pulling up my weather right now. It is 85 degrees, feels like 82 here, which is fantastic. It's gorgeous. Oh, Blaze says 79. Okay. I just clicked on the thing and it says, see upcoming snow and ice. Katie says it's 66 degrees in Roseville. Oh, please tell me this is old. Please tell me this is old. It says that an inch or 2 of snow may be coming on Sunday. What? Tina, you're here. This is ridiculous. Okay, like seriously. Mother Nature is bipolar. Oh yeah, Monday. The high is 39. Almost 50 degrees colder than it was today. Fantastic. Hi, Shelly. Wow, the weather is absolutely insane. I know I haven't gone live in such a long time. We have been so busy. I mean, there is just no words to describe how busy I have been. And it's actually one of the reasons that I was like, okay, 1, I need to go live, and 2, I need to go live more often. But before I get started, can everyone do me a favor? Go hit the like button. When you hit the like button, it tells YouTube, 1, that I'm live, and number 2, that maybe they should promote it to other people who might want to see it. I show 8 people are on right now. So if you can go hit the like button to notify YouTube that, hey, something's going on and we like it, so then they will push out the message to other people. Hi, Marina. Oh, that's hilarious. It says, hi, Amy, 8 4 F and J. That's funny. Thank you, Patty. The like is done. Blaze said lots of birds, emus, lots of work. Oh my gosh. Yes. So we hatched, we had 4 eggs to hatch and we only hatched 2 of them, unfortunately. 2 of my full-grown emus got themselves over into the duck area. Super helpful. Super fantastic. So we had to go out there and take some boards off of the fence. A friend of ours had a court meeting this morning, so we actually went to court to go support this friend, and that was an hour away, almost an hour away. We were doing that. Shelly says, 82 in Kentucky. It's been a sad week with our shooting here in Louisville. Praying for peace in our city. This cheers me up. 84 degrees for Marina. It's lovely. Hello, Exposing Darkness. I'm pausing for a moment to give people some time to get on, and hopefully YouTube will notify them. If you haven't hit the like button, go hit the like button real quick so that tells YouTube to promote it, to put it out there, because hey, people are watching, people are paying attention. I am drinking water because it's warm. It's, let me see, I just said it and I already forgot. 81. The rest of my family, at any moment now, they're probably going to come inside. They are actually moving over some chicks. They're getting the little coops ready to be able to take in some chicks. But then we got to move emus over, and then we have 16 ducklings in the house right now. So we need to go and move the ducklings. There's so many things to do. It's absolutely crazy. Do I ever use emu oil? The only emu oil that I have is actually in a product from Teeter, the company that does the inversion tables. We got some of their muscle tension relieving rub. It has emu oil in it. But I know that a lot of people really like emu oil, and it's one of the reasons we got emus, because when we first got them 2.5 years ago, the emu fat was selling for $20 a pound. So 2 years ago, I don't have a clue what it's up to now, if it's gone up or not. Hi, Tom. So I do not know, but I wanted to hop on here. I'm going to try my very darndest every Thursday to go live again. I'm going to shoot for 3, but as you can clearly see, 3 did not happen today. Bruce Wayne says, I'm hoping this isn't a video about regretting getting the COVID jab. No, it's not about that. I do have a bunch of people who may have comments on that. I do not have comments about that. But what I did want to talk to you guys about is, what if, actually it was COVID, what if you knew what was going to happen before it happened? What would you have done differently if you had known in 2019 what was going to happen at the end of that year and in 2020? What would you have done differently? Because I'm assuming that there's quite a few people that would have done something differently had they known. You know, the saying always goes, hindsight's 2020. We always can imagine what we would have done after the fact. Well, I'm watching current events. I'm watching things that are going on right now. And while I do not have a really good, deep grasp of all of the workings and the minutia, and there's a lot of conspiracies, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's going on that we may never truly understand or know about. But I do know that something is coming. I don't know what. It could be a number of different things. But what would you have done differently had you known? Did you have enough food in your house to be able to go for a couple of weeks without going to the grocery store? What if next time you can't go to the grocery store? What if next time you can't go to the doctor? And forgive me, but what if next time you can't go out to eat, even if you wear your mask? What would you do differently? I'm looking at everything that's going on, and I truly believe that we are on the precipice of something that we have never seen before, that we have never seen in our lifetimes, and that no one that we know has seen in their lifetimes. I've heard some people that have said it's going to be a recession, and I've heard some people say, no, it's going to be a depression. But what if it's worse? What if it's more? What if the rumors turn out to be true and the dollar does in fact crash? What if the monkeypox or whatever it is that was going to come up next, what if it really is what they said the last one was going to be? What if it really was? And that's what I want you guys to think about today. If you had known, let's say that COVID was actually what they said it was going to be, where there was going to be this huge death rate, you wouldn't be able to go out to eat and then take off your mask at the table. It's not the way that, germs work. It's not the way that any of it works. What would you need to do? What would you need to do differently? Because honestly, I believe that what happened in 2020 was to give us a false sense of security. That we can look at a pandemic and we can go, I can still go out to eat. I can still go to the grocery store. I can still go to my job. In many cases, I can still drive around because I'm an essential worker. The grocery stores still have food. Well, not toilet paper, but And it gave us this false sense of security that as long as I wear my mask, I'm safe. But what people aren't thinking about is that they're taking their hand and they're putting their hand on the outside of their mask and then they're removing it. And then what are they doing? They're picking up their food. They're picking up their drink. They're doing anything else. They're rubbing their eyes with the hand that was touching the mask. Doctors, surgeons who are in a hospital setting, they wear 2 pairs of gloves. They wear protective clothing over their clothing. They wear masks. They sometimes wear shields. They wear caps on their hair. There is a specific order that things go on, and there's a specific order that things come off. And you don't touch other things with things to avoid cross-contamination. So if anyone hasn't seen, there's several movies actually. Outbreak is like the original movie from, back in the day, where the little monkey takes the virus around and gives it to people. The more recent one, more updated one is Contagion. So if you want to see what a true pandemic really looks like, go watch Contagion. That is what it would actually look like. I think that there is a lot of noise right now. And sometimes it's hard to figure out what stuff is real and what stuff isn't. And here's the way that I look at it. I look at it like this. If I cannot affect it, if I'm not a part of the problem or a part of the solution, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I'm not going to keep digging in to find out what's going on. If I cannot fix the problem, and what's the point? What is the point of spending my time and energy getting so worked up and finding out the details of something that I cannot change? I definitely think we need to be aware of what is going on, whether it is toxic chemical trains or factories that are on fire and spewing all of this crap into the airs. Into the airs? Wow. Into the air, 12 chemtrails in one moment 3 days ago. Driving to town, I looked up and the sky was full of the long puffy streaks coming out of the back. I saw 6 planes in the air at the same time. The next day, my chickens stopped laying eggs. Again, I was getting 15 eggs a day. And they're just now starting to do it again. But there's nothing that I can do about that. So what am I going to continue to do? Every time I get eggs, I'm going to water glass some of them. I'm going to freeze dry eggs. So that if there comes a time where I don't have any eggs, I've got some stored up. So what would you do differently? What does the rest of 2023 look like? What does 2024 look like? Does anybody have any idea what is actually coming? Do you have a crystal ball? Do you know what's coming? What do you think we should do if that is in fact what would happen? And then think about it this way. Let's say that nothing happens. Nothing. The dollar doesn't crash. Our atmosphere is not full of toxins that are being dumped on us from airplanes. The chemical factories that are on fire, or the trains that are all tipping over and spilling, it's actually nothing. They're fine. Our waterways, our farmland is not being purchased. We're good. Nothing happens. Oh, and we're not about to go to World War III because of everything that's going on. So if you put time and energy into preparing for just in cases, what are you out? Not much of anything. You've got some stores in case of crazy weather. Like it's so hot that the electrical grid may not be able to handle it. There's so many things that we can't affect. Now, there's a lot of things that I can try to prepare for and try to get ready for. I can only do my best with the finances that I have, with the time, with the hours in the day. There's only so much that I can do, really, truly. But I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. And a lot of that has to do with my relationship with God. And I've had people recently that have asked me, how can this not bother you? How are you not terrified? Because I've read the end of the story. I know what happens. I know what the end of the Bible looks like. It's not pretty. And in order for that to even come about, we have to reach several critical turning points. Revelation talks about it. Daniel talks about it. There's so many books of the Bible that talk about the end times and what has to happen before the end times even get here. We in America we've become so placid. We truly believe, just like with this last pandemic, that we are safe. If we just follow the few rules of stay 6 feet apart and wear your mask, then you're going to be safe. Same thing with anything else that's going on in the world. Just follow these few rules and America's oil will keep flowing. The gas will keep flowing. The prices aren't going to go up. It's fine. It's the dollar's not going to crash. We're fine. And we have this false sense of security. But what if something were to happen? What if that false sense of security is in fact false? And there will come a point in time, I truly believe it. I feel it in the marrow of my bones, that very soon things are going to change. It could simply be the weather is going to get even worse. Y'all know I talk about Ryan Hall, y'all, all the time. If you haven't seen his channel, go check it out. He has made several predictions, and other weathermen that I watch have also made predictions that this is going to be potentially the hottest year on record. Because every year that we have an El Nino pattern, which is what we're in right now, we go up by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. This could potentially be the hottest year on record. What does that mean? I mean, I can't affect the weather. But what I can do is try to make my house more weather resistant. So I got things like this. It's a window kit with plastic that you can put up over your windows to create an air pocket. They do better for winter, but it'll help some in the summer. I'm actually ordering some of those Mylar emergency blankets, and I'm going to put those up into the windows. Yes, Blaze said hurricanes and tornadoes. I mean, there's really only so much you can do about those. But there's always something that we can do. And for me, I don't worry. Because I know how the story ends. I know what happens to me. I know what happens to my family. So I am trying to raise them in the way that they should go so that when they are older, they will not depart from it. That's actually one of the really cool things. We went to go see family, and one of our oldest just said, I'm coming back. God's calling me back. And that is the best thing that I could ever hear. God is moving in amazing ways, and he is working with people that I never thought I would see asking questions. Or like, I kind of have a question. I'm a little curious. I've never seen it like this before, and that's actually biblical. There is a video, and I can try to link it down below this live once the replay is up, where it's a guy called DTBM. I don't even know what it stands for, but it is a pastor that preaches on YouTube. He's got some phenomenal information. I mean, it's incredible. He talks all about the end times, and he's got so much stuff. But there's this one video where he really breaks down what's going to be happening in the world just before the tribulation, before the end times, before we get there. We're close. We're getting closer every day. But I can tell you this, in the end of the book, America is not a superpower. We're not one of the 10 kingdoms. America is going to fall. I don't know when, and I don't know how. There are so many different options out there up for grabs. Whether it's the weather, whether it is the dollar crashing, whether it is we go to war, whether it's an EMP. There are so many things that could go wrong. But again, I'm not worried. Hang on. I'm going to ask the people to shut the door. Can someone shut my door, please? And thank you. It's hot in this room. That's the problem. I know. It's hot in this room. I know. There's so many people. I'm sure you guys could see in my mirror right here. It's my husband's face and then my daughter's face. And I'm blocking that one. No one can see that one. My daughter's on the other side of the screen. I also talk to my family about this. I talk to my children about this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that I trust God. I'll tell him you said hi, Tom. That's just the way that it has to be. And that's why I have peace. No matter what happens, we're going to be good. I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick, and then I need to let you guys go because I have a meeting in 7 minutes with my VIPs, my Mighty Network. Blaze she was like, yeah, reboot your internet. So I'll catch up on some stuff real quick, and then I will get off and let you guys go. I just wanted to jump on here and say all of that to you. Later is better for a live chat. Oh, that is very true. Maybe I should do later. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go at like 5:30 every time, or even later than that. No change. I would have still. Oh yes, I read that one. It's a battle of good versus evil. The neocon, neoliberal. Yeah, right. The New World Order. It's fun. They have so many things going. There's so many things going. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican I don't care. It means nothing anymore. If the next pandemic is a true pandemic, it means nothing. Doesn't matter what color you voted. This whole world is absolutely going crazy. Blaze says, I'm waiting for the little gray aliens to show up. I wish it was that easy. And make the idiots stop messing up the planet. Yeah. Don't think that's going to happen. Tom's going to come move to my farm and help me with chores. That would be nice. Shelley said the book Contagion and Pandemic, both by Robin Cook, are amazing. Crazy they were written prior to COVID, but wow. Some things too similar, do similar, something. One of my favorite series is 1 Second After. There's actually 3 books. It's 1 Second After, 1 Year After, and The Final Day. You want to see what it would look like if we lost power, if we were cut off even from the rest of the world? That's what it would look like. It wouldn't be pretty. And in the beginning of the book and at the end of the book, they read through statistics and they talk about how they came to these numbers, but it's estimated 90 to 95% of America would be dead within the first year if an EMP were to take out all of our infrastructure. There's only so much we can do about that. But if you knew ahead of time, what difference could it potentially make? So whenever you guys see anything on the news, you see it on Facebook, you see it on YouTube, no matter where you see it, I want you to think about that. Am I a part of the problem? Am I a part of the solution? And if not, what can I do about it for my family or myself? And sometimes the only answer to that is I can pray. Sometimes that's the best that we can do. Sometimes God says yes. Sometimes he says no. But remember, when he says no, he gives us the answer that we would give if we knew what he knows. And this is where I have to trust him, because he knows far more than I do. He knows the future, the past. He knows what's truly going on behind closed doors, up above in airplanes, underneath in submarines. He knows. And so sometimes his no's are actually the greatest blessing that we could have. So I encourage you, look, see if there's something that you could do, that you can affect. And then also reach out to God, get closer to him, rely on him, because honestly, he's the only way that we're going to make it through. Really, truly. He's the only way to survive what is coming. Because if it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen in 10 years. And if it doesn't happen in 10 years, it's going to happen in 100 years. Something's going to happen at some point in time. What comes after is what really matters. So I'm going to pray really quick. And then I'm going to go get ready for my meeting. I'm going to go reset my internet because I have 2 minutes. So Father God, I thank you so much for allowing my internet to work so that I could go live today. Lord, I pray that you would give us wisdom and discernment and all those things that we see around us, Lord, that we wouldn't be drawn in by the distractions, that we wouldn't get caught up in who said what and who's wearing what and who's on the face of what package. Because in the end, it doesn't really matter. What we can do to affect our families, affect our livelihood, affect our little corner that we live in, and getting closer to you is all that really matters. I pray that you would draw everyone closer to you, that you would call them to the point where it becomes impossible to ignore what you're saying. Thank you, God, for loving us, for pursuing us, for reaching out to us. Be with us in these times. Give us wisdom. Keep us safe. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, I'm going to go, guys. I got to go reset my internet. So I'm going to try every Thursday to go live at some point in time. I'm going to figure out what time is best. I love you all. And I will see you guys on the way.